So apart from heightened ICT, we're also seeing a massive innovation amid the coronavirus pandemic. Let's talk some more about flattening the curve. Joining us in our Lagos studio is Dr. Oluwatosin Akinshola. He's a lecturer, epidemiology and biostatistics, College of Medicine, University of Lagos. Thank you for joining us on the program.
Thank you, special.
All right, let's look at the trends over the weekend. And what do you think? Some of the cases reduced, fluctuating pretty much. We haven't seen as much as we saw in August, over 300 cases. Are we close to flattening the curve? Are we there yet? Or have we passed it?
Well, if you go by the statistics we are having, many people reach that conclusion that we're actually flattening. But in real sense, I don't think we are flattening the curve because of the fact that presently, we are having under-testing capacity. We are not testing enough. And if we are not testing enough, there is no way we can develop new positive cases. And that is the problem we're actually having. For example, if you compare what is happening in Nigeria to other countries like India, they are having an average of over 1 million number of cases. As they're opening their space, they're also testing. So it is in that situation you can actually have the true picture of what the present situation are. So, but if actually we are not testing, so there's no way you can never even know people who actually have it. So that's actually the problem.
We have some of states like Borno State. In the last 26 days, it hasn't reported a case. Kebbi recorded last in 29 days ago. Zamfara 37, and Kogi has seen 85 days without any case. And this is compared to other states, perhaps like Lagos, Plateau, and maybe Kano, where they seem to have larger testing capacity. What do you think is happening in those other states?
Well, if you look at these states we mentioned, we can actually classify them into two groups. Like the first, the northern states. Presently, we know what is actually happening there. Insurgency has been the order of the day. We are having banditry. And in this kind of situation, you cannot have Syria where you'll be testing people. Most of the state government, they are concerning how they are going to arrest insecurity. So the issue of COVID, though, is still much in the front burner, but the insecurity actually covered the matter up. Unlike Lagos, that we have relatively peace, there is so much kind of terms of security. That's where you can monitor people and actually have some testing. So those states you are talking about are having fewer cases like Borno, like Zamfara. I think the insecurity challenges there can be attributed to why they're actually having a very few number of cases.
So with our lower testing positivity ratio and with a lot more of our economy opening up, schools also this period, what do you think the federal government and perhaps the state governments who have that responsibility need to put all their focus on to make sure that the curve is flattened in their various states?
Yes, unfortunately we find ourselves in a dilemma now that we cannot continue to lock ourselves up due to this COVID-19. And now schools have resumed. Everybody are now going to their normal routine. And there is a common saying that we're having a new normal now. And in that situation, the only thing is that the government at the federal level, they need to actually have, maybe after that, the NCDC, so we actually have what we call a real-time data. When we have a real-time data, we need to have the situation analysis of what is the situation of things we're actually having presently. But the data that LCD has been portraying is not a true reflection of what's actually happening. And concerning the state government, I think we need to appeal to most of our state government that they also need to deploy funds so that they can actually be able to engage in testing their people. Because if you don't test people, there is no way for us to be able to have the number of people who actually have in this case, all those who are carriers. So that's the challenges we're actually having with the state government.
All right, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Dr. Oluwatosin Akinshola, lecturer, epidemiology, biostatistics, College of Medicine, UNILAG. Thank you for joining us on the program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you very much.
We have more on the global response to the pandemic when we return. Please stay with us.